Yep. Hello and a very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A very warm welcome to the Author Saga series. A quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and more reading and inculcating the habit of reading, research, and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Currently, Pick a Book marked its inspiring presence in 4 countries: Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK, with over 1,000 plus leaders, 18 regions, and 70,000 plus people inspired through our sessions in just a span of 1 year. Pick a Book continues to spread its wings across the globe. So we have come up with a new initiative, a brand of its own called Author Saga series, wherein the authors can reach their readers and the like-minded and the individuals with like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights of their books, and the readers can have this wonderful opportunity to know more about the book from the author himself. So today we have with us Mr. Punit Vaasu with his wonderful book titled Energy Habits.
Thank you so much, Ms. Swarna, for having me on your platform and interacting with your followership and the audience and viewers of today's Author Saga series. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Punit Vaasu has been an intuitive healer and active practitioner of alternative healing and holistic wellness. As a firm believer in Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, which means a whole world is one family. His passion is to serve the humankind with his intuitive healing abilities. He has been associated with the global DHN network to serve people beyond the geographical boundaries. His mission is to reach out to people across the geographies, faith, and cultures through his books by sharing the knowledge and experiences and help them realize the power of their inner self. He is a certified master teacher and healer in various healing modalities that include various forms of Reiki, angel therapy, psychic surgery, Vedic health, astrology, and sound healing. Apart from the proven credentials in integrated healing and wellness space, Punit has also pursued masters in business administration and engineering from premier Indian institution and have a successful corporate professional life for more than 2 decades. A very, very warm welcome once again, Mr. Punit, and it's a pleasure having you with us tonight.
Thank you so much, Ms. Swarna. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. So that was an interesting bio, I would say. You started off being in professional field as in, doing an MBA in engineering, and your interest got into the healing. So we'll get to know more about this in a couple of minutes. So before that, we from Pick a Book and everybody who is watching us live, extend our congratulations on this wonderful book, and we wish you a long way in writing.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. And Mr. Punit, are you an avid reader? And what is your take on reading? Do you think reading books played an important role to make you what you are today?
So reading takes me back to my early days of the life, actually. So my favorite hangouts used to be the libraries along with my friends. And that was the time when I was getting into the science kind of a mode. So all those fictional stuff, science books, those were my passions. So that habit of reading, which started long back, maybe 25 years back, has been there. And I think, this is one of the most fundamental steps for any author to first become a reader, because that's where you get to know about different perspectives on the same subject or the topic. That evolves you as a person, that evolves you as an author, to share your message through your book. So yes, answer to your question, yes, I am an avid reader. Since my passion is more into the energy side of it, so most of the science and the faith or spiritual related books are my favorite topics.
Okay, superb. So, okay, how did your journey start as a writer?
Okay, so Energy Habit, for which we are meeting today, this is my second book. And I have been writing blogs and some articles, and I was part of my college literary activity team as well. But serious writing started sometime in 2017 when I wrote my first book. And that was also related with the energy healing. And that was just like make people be aware that there is a healer within themselves. They don't have to search out the solutions outside. It's all within us. Explore that. And that was my first step towards the serious writing. And just 4 years down the line, it was a second step in the form of energy habits, where we are saying just see yourself beyond the 2% that we know about ourselves. And that 2% is highly restricted to seeing ourselves with the help of our sensory organs, right? These 5 sensory organs. But that 98% unknown is a very interesting area to be in. Explore yourself in that area, and suddenly you'll be a different transformed individual. So this energy habit book, which I attempted, tried to take us within and answer those specific questions.
Super. We are eager to know more what's inside the book. So it's interesting to know that. So your journey, I mean, you have this, a spiritual side of yours, that interest, a kind of thing. Was it from a very young age have you developed, or it was a little later in life?
Yeah, see, spiritual side. I mean, it's a bent of mind that normally people takes it once they are into that early phases of the life through the families and all those things. But there is a saying that once an engineer, always an engineer. So you look for the answers purely from the science perspective.
Science, yes.
And once you get into that kind of a mode, so every answer or every question that comes from the spirituality or the faith needs to find a balance from the science view, right? And I think my real evolution as the person, as a transformed individual, started because I have that the engineering background. So all those questions which were there getting answered purely from this spiritual perspective during my childhood days, now got the answers from the science also. And we have to give the credit to all modern age scientists. I mean, they have been doing amazing stuff, amazing job for the coming generations.
Yes, that is truly correct. So in fact, anything, because we everybody got so used to this word called science, spirituality is considered kind of a far to do. Like everybody is more connected to science. So nowadays the latest, like people like you are coming forward, imbibing science into spirituality, and just trying to make people understand what it is actually in true sense, and how it is useful for people to go within and see what is that. So that was an interesting one. It's quite an inspiring to say. And what made you interested in writing this book, especially when it comes to the title part of it? You mentioned it as energy habits. So why is that?
Okay, so I'll go back to what I mentioned just a couple of minutes back. Actually, once we see ourselves beyond those 2% dimensions, right? I mean, suddenly it's a huge potential of unknown, the ignorant side of ours, and that is where the energy science comes into the play. And that's where you get the answers through the energy. Almost 100 years back, more than a century back, Einstein mentioned the same thing, right? I mean, there's nothing called matter. It's all energy.
Yeah.
And which got interpreted differently by different people. But the biggest application is when it comes to human nature, human behavior, or human pathological or anatomical stuff. If we all are energy, then how to see ourselves? Just by the title, the name, the family, the position, or the flesh, or bones, or the blood, or the emotions, which are just finding a way just little beyond this 2% of it. That's where the entire energy, that the riddle, that has been tried to address in the book. So we see ourselves beyond human being. It's energy being, and you and me are connected. Each and every person is connected through the energy. We are not able to appreciate that only because our sensory organs has a limitation. It cannot go beyond those 5 basic stuff there. So we all are extended families, and that's what the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We all are extended family, and we all are connected through the energy. So this is about the energy part of it. And there is also a saying in our side of the world that if you do anything for 21 days, it becomes your habits. So this energy habits is all about once you realize your potential as a energy being, how much you are and how bigger you are than what you always believed in your mind,
Oh,
right? Then you have to sustain that thing and make it a habit so that you
mm,
don't lower yourself to a level which you already
mm.
left it long back, right?
Okay.
So this entire energy habit is all about raising your vibrations. First, know yourself, then raise your vibrations and be there so that you are in geometrical alignment with the universal
Mm,
source of the energy. And the
mm,
moment you are in that geometric alignment, then what
mm,
happens that all those miseries, challenges, struggles of the life, particularly the health issues, right? Those
mm,
will not be there. The moment we are disoriented and misaligned, then
mm.
things fall apart. And unfortunately, we all are living in a world of illusions and assumptions and all those things that if we have a medicine, any issue will quickly fix it.
Yep.
So health is related with the medicine now,
Medicine,
but
yes.
it's all within us. I mean, just you just correct, you just unlock that potential in yourself. You are a
Mm,
different person. Maybe the disease will come in. We
mm,
appreciate the treatment, kind of treatment, because of the technological advances happened. In
mm,
case of need, definitely go for it. But don't rely on the medicine to correct you. Anything which is coming from outside to in is
mm.
not meant for you. Anything which is going from inside to out is what you're supposed to practice. So this entire philosophy in the with the outlook of a modern science is what we are going to see in energy habits.
That's awesome. So we have to see within ourselves first before we even take a route to the outside world. So that's an interesting one. Thank you so much. I think probably because once even in the modern science, however we get advanced in the modern science or health aspects, probably even the problems will be solved only when we know the root cause of it. Until and unless we can't set the root of cause of it properly. So I think we end up frequently visiting doctors, frequently getting things done here and there, and we mess it up. So it's always, like you said, it's always good to understand within you what's your capabilities within you, and what wonders can you do before you. It's always good to explore. So this is something new, though it's aged very very long, but then you guys, I mean, are doing a great job in bringing that again into everybody's mind and planting that idea of new healing habits and energy habits. Thank you. And what is that energy habits all about to our audience, in broader sense, if you want to know?
Okay. So, I mean, there are many ways actually you can raise your vibrations. Okay. And when we
Mm,
say raising your vibrations, make it part of your habit. But how to do it?
mm.
One easy way. Say there is a saying, I believe we all will reciprocate with that.
But
We
one thing before that, when we're talking about vibrations, I also want to know what is that vibration we're talking about? Because I think most of the audience may not connect to the word vibration. Energy is still okay, but vibration is something we need to know a bit more on that.
okay. So you see it this way. Say
Mm,
there's always constant. Some activity keeps happening in our
mm,
body. It could be happening at the mind level. We generate a thought. We create a thought.
mm.
Right. That means
Yes.
it was a absolute plain subtle water.
Mm.
You just put a stone in that water, there is a ripple effect happening.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Mm.
There's something which was absolutely silent and quiet suddenly became like little bit shaky.
Yes.
When you keep throwing that stone in the water again and again, the
Huh.
same stone,
Okay.
what will happen? You suddenly moved into from a state of inertia to a momentum state where actually
Mm.
you're moving. You're
Mm.
moving beyond yourself. You're
Mm.
moving beyond yourself. You're creating some energy field around yourself with that thought process. So
Mm.
if you're angry, the people in your surrounding gets to know you're angry because you're venting out in some ways,
Mm. Yes.
right? And
Yes.
if you're not venting it out, what will happen? You are troubling within,
Yeah.
right? So either ways, you're disturbing the harmony within self or with the surrounding.
Yes.
So once you are in a vibration, in a certain vibration, that you are sending the right kind of energies, right? If you are sending somebody energy of gratitude or a forgiveness or love or compassion, what will happen? You just give a beautiful gift to somebody, you just smile. Person on the other side of the room looks at you and he smiles or she smiles, right?
Yeah.
And how it is happening? There's nothing though directly connected with us. That means certain energy is being passed on from you, which is being received by the other person.
Okay.
Right? If you are on a higher vibration, what happens? The same minor issues which keeps happening throughout the day, you ignore that and move on. But if you're not in the right frame of mind, what will happen? The same issue will trouble you so much that you will keep replaying it in your mind. Episode happened once in the physical realm, but inside the mind is happening every single moment.
Many times, yes.
So what happens in your, since you are an energy body, you're an energy body. So what happens? Each and every cell has its own mind. It has its own brain. And once you are into that particular mode that you are angry, the entire body gets to know that you are angry.
Okay.
And the life force energy inside each and every cell, which is a function of voltage, that dips the voltage value. And what happens when you are in sudden, you are in that state for a longer period of time, you start attracting the diseases. Common episode, common issues that you will see, people who remain in a stressed condition for a longer period of time, they will have the immunity issues. They will have migraine or headache or cold, cough, or those kind of issues. Why?
Yes.
Because you have dipped your life force energy to a level where you're susceptible to those conditions which resonate with that state of mind or body.
Okay.
Once you are hiring yourself, elevating yourself to a level where all these things are far, because there is a delta difference between that state and a higher state. You visit a nature, okay, you visit the nature, you visit this seashore or a hill station or the plants area, your mood will be elevated, right? What happens? You're already in a higher vibration zone. You do yoga, pranayama, any such practices, your mind is far more at peace. You're in a higher vibrational level.
Okay.
So all these things are there, but say there are many ways to do this kind of a high vibration. I said this way, say you become what you absorb.
That is
So
true.
you notice, I mean, how people drink water. Just a simple example, how people drink water, they will gulp it.
Gulp it, yeah.
Right? And most of the time they will be drinking it with the help of a bottle, not with the glass.
Yes.
So what happens is you're drinking a water, you're not giving sufficient time for it to be there inside your mouth before it goes into your lower tract. And the entire magic is inside the mouth, not inside the tummy.
Okay.
So you actually have killed that possibility where you could have easily raised your vibration by drinking something which could have been elixir. We suddenly became a wastewater. The other way to do is that, say, when we say what we absorb, we become. If you pass on the same message to the water, what you want in your life, if you say that you are pure love, yeah, I'm grateful that you came into my life. Dr. Imoto Masaru, he has done one experimentation almost a century back, and he discovered that water has the memory retention capability. What you say, it absorbs it.
Yeah.
And we are 70%, more than 70% water.
Water, yes.
You are absorbing something without giving the emotion that you want in your life. Pass on the message. Once it goes inside you, it becomes you. One simple thing, right? How to raise the vibration is nothing. It will not come from outside. It will come on both those small stuff there that we can do it in our life and raise it naturally.
Yeah.
So in the last 1.5 years, you would have noticed, I mean, even the young people are actually suffering, and so many casualties happened because of the pandemic.
Yes.
Right? And majority of them were related with certain industry segments where they were working, which is a high stress environment, right? I mean, they're continuously under the tremendous stress stuff. What will happen if you are in a higher stress state? you're already very lower in the vibrations of the frequency that you're generating. You're very susceptible to the same virus, which is also operating at the same level. People who could survive, who could revert back, and who were lucky not to get into, were already running in the higher vibration. We had the example when in a family, within the same family, some people didn't have that symptom at all. Others have it.
Yes.
So it's nothing like magic or it's sort of hereditary. I mean, it's all about somebody who has been maintaining himself or herself at a slightly higher vibration level. So all those questions and answers related with that, all those answers have been there in the book, so that people would be able to correlate and make their life little different. Because this book is not about the philosophy. It's about holding your hand and walk along with you. In 21 days time, what you have to do on day 1, day 2, up to day 21, and see the remarkable difference in your own life between the first day or day 0 when you have not started versus what you are on day 21.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Superb. So thank you so much. So now it is, all the while I've been hearing about this vibration word called vibration, but it was never clear in my mind what is actually with the vibration. So today it was very, very clear for me. So I think it must be very much clear for the audience as well. So it's always good to have that slightly higher level of vibration. Be positive. Yeah. So stay positive, think positive, so that keeps you in a little higher level of vibration. And like how Mr. Punit said, stress is the major cause for everything. So that pulls you, that reduces your vibration level. So that you attract everything negative in life. So always be positive and attract positive things. So thank you so much for that information, and I'm sure this has created some sort of interest for our audience to go and grab that book soon, and go through every page of it. Thank you. And yes, so when it comes to people falling sick, right? Why do people fall sick? It's like it's more like the younger ones also falling sick nowadays. So which is usually like they needs to have that higher immunity power and things like that in right sense. So, but then what is the reason that they keep falling sick?
This is very interesting question, because that goes back to what we were discussing a while back about why so many casualties happen, especially in the youth segment because of COVID thing, right? See, despite having a very advanced technology things or footprints that we are seeing it in the form of smartphones or 5G network and all those things, and such a high level of awareness, social awareness, what causes the issues and how to prevent. Despite all those things which is supporting us, one thing that we lost the track of it, we actually drifted apart from the fundamentals. And the fundamental was always that be closer to the nature. Be closer to the nature. Why? Because that's where you'll find the best possible vibrations in the form of oxygen, pure oxygen, in the form of being in touch with the source of electrons. Because if you're, say, I'll take it with the help of another example that, say, farmers, right? People working in the agricultural field and the labor class. I mean, it's not that they do physical activity, that's why they're strong or physically very strong or immunity wise they are very strong. It's because they are closer to the natural in the most purest form. They are barefoot. That means the sole of the feet is in touch with directly with the ground. Okay. And when this connection happens, there is a short circuit that happens. You can call it a short circuit because it's a free flow of electrons happening from your body to the Mother Earth. And that's how what happens, the circuit is being there. So all those elements which were stagnating the positive energy in your body, all those elements are out, all are flushed out in a natural form. And you feel rejuvenated, right? That is one way to look at it. Unfortunately, because of this last 1.5 years of pandemic paradigm that happened, we are mostly in front of the laptops or the mobile phones, right? And that too sitting most of the times there. So electromagnetic radiation from all these devices they have a tendency, to lower down your higher vibration level. So the best way to do that is how to counter that part of it. Just define your me time, a me time without any electronic gadgets. Be with the nature, spend time with there, raise your vibrations. Even rest of the time you have to do it because it's your job or that's the demand of the time. And but still you can manage that part. So these younger people now, because of the exposure to all these electronic gadgets and not exposed to the natural way of living the life, that led to entire disharmony within. And unless they find some external sources to turn around, they will continue to be in the same state. So and then on top of it, the kind of pessimistic news that we have seen in last 1.5 years. So you step out, you will be affected. But see, if you go back to the anatomy of science here, say we are nothing but a galaxy of 60 trillion cells, and we have 10 times more than 60 trillion the number of bacteria in our body at any given point in time. And even further 10 times number of viruses in our body. But we don't fall sick every time. Why? Because we are in unity with everything. We are living in a symbiotic relationship. If you kill all the bacteria and the viruses, we are dead. We are dead. We won't be able to survive. That means there is a unity, but that unity is there only when you are at a good vibrational level. Otherwise, what will happen? The moment they resonate with you, that means you're already in a lower down frequencies and they also resonate with you, you'll fall sick.
Yeah.
And because of these news and everything, everybody was so much so depressed and so much so living in the state of fear that lower down the entire thing. So no, a fear of death, fear of falling sick, all these are the lower energies. Love, compassion, happiness, joy, confidence, right? These are the higher energies. Because of those surroundings which are influencing us, we are on the lower side of the spectrum. That is causing the issue. So there are 7 distinct methods being mentioned in this book in terms of how they do it, and also step by step it is there. People can pick up any of the method they are comfortable and just change their life.
Super. Awesome. Yes, so that is bringing us close to nature again. So everything, whatever you speak is totally making sense, because anything, the examples you give are truly, that is what is happening. Like we are pretty much dependent on the surroundings, the atmosphere, the environment we are raised in. So be it hearing the news, all the time we hear the negative news only. Somehow the media makes it negative, more negative. So we keep on hearing the same thing, and we obviously try to do the same things. And we always, because of those things, we always, I think, probably must be, having that low level of vibration. So which is why we're not able to fight back with any diseases or whatever. So that is very well said. So here at this point of time, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is very well understood that to maintain a good level of vibrations, and so that our the ecosystem in our body resonates to our what do you call that, to this,
To
what did
our
you
entire existence, actually, if we
yes.
see it this way,
Huh.
the entire existence has to resonate with the
Yes.
surrounding. That means myself, I, and the surrounding are the extension of each other. There is no difference. So if you go with the philosophy also, Advaita philosophy, non-duality, right? That calls the same thing. We are nothing, we are no different actually. So seek the answers within. Don't look for the solutions outside. You will get the answer yourself. You will be in a state of balance. You will be in a state of resonance. And once you are in a state of resonance, you're already in a higher state. So all those issues, it's not related only with the health part. Health is one of the fundamental block. Beyond, once somebody is healthy, they can look beyond, think about the career and the growth, right? But the fundamentals remain same. It's all about finding the resonance. What resonate with you is what is where the trick is.
Super. So I think unreveal that trick. I think it is high time to get the book. So I think, where do we source this book? Is it available on Amazon?
Yes, it's there on Amazon, and
Mhm.
most of the global audience, they can place the order on Amazon.com. There's already an offer running right now,
Okay.
and India-based, they can do it on Amazon.in also. Paperback, Kindle, both the versions are available, and both are running some offers now. And say, I just want to add one more thing. Say, book could be a source of reference or information. The
Mm,
change has to happen within,
mm,
right? There could be somebody, either the book or the person, who will handhold you and walk along with you so that you find your own true self. That transformation has to happen within.
okay.
This book is going to answer all your question, but book will not resolve the issues unless you take a step and
Yes.
you take the ownership of your actions. Once you
Mm,
take the ownership, there's no looking back. You will be a transformed person in 21 days time. That's what the book assures. It's there on Amazon. Yes.
true. That is very true, because we hear from what we hear from you immediately. It's so inspiring that we feel like getting through the book and reading what's in there. But that as soon as we read the book, then it is very, very important that we follow what's there in the book. Only then we would be able to see the results. So only then that total everything we are doing today, like listening and reading the book, everything makes sense only once you start doing it. In fact, all of us. So thank you so much. And can you share some tips with our audience for raising these vibrations?
Yeah, sure, Ms. Swarna. I'll take one another example, related with the water only.
Hmm.
Say how much, say we are made up of 5 elements. We all know about it.
Yes.
Water, air, earth, uh, space, and now in the water part of it, if you see, we are 72% of the water,
Hmm.
right? And we are almost 12% earth. That makes it 84%. So if we can fix the issue related with this 84%, that means 84% part of our existence is addressed.
Hmm.
Is it not sounding good that 84% of our problem is at peace? We don't have to worry about. We're already in the distinction. 75% ever, we are already in the distinction, right?
Yeah.
So how to manage this 84% is where the entire trick is. So one of the things we already mentioned about, don't gulp the water,
Hmm.
drink it sip by sip. There is also a saying that you should drink 5 liters or 6 liters per day. There is no scientific evidence for that. You should never be in a state of dehydration. That's the fact. You
Hmm.
should drink water sip by sip. You should drink the water which is the processing capacity of your kidneys,
Okay.
right? You should not be drinking too much. Otherwise, your kidneys will be under tremendous pressure throughout the day.
Yes.
And so is the bladder.
Hmm.
And then eventually turn out to be other parts. So this is one way, just one simple thing. If you want to raise your vibrations, maintain your water balance correctly. Now
Okay.
coming on to the earth part of it, say we should eat the fruits or the vegetables which has more than 70% water composition. Most
Okay.
of the seasonal fruits or seasonal vegetables you will find having a higher water composition. So
Hmm.
anything that you are taking which is higher than the 70% of water intake is going to add up to your water thing. You will not be dehydrated, right? That means 70% of your issues are at peace now. So
Yes.
we'll have to find out those specific things here and there which can do it. So this is one way to look at it. Second thing
Hmm.
is, whenever drinking water,
Hmm.
always make sure you express your gratitude while drinking the water. Whenever you're eating any food, you express the gratitude towards the food that come on your table.
Hmm.
How many hands it has passed through before it come to your table? So many people don't have that food also.
Yeah.
So what happens? The water content of these food and the liquid what you are taking, they will absorb the same gratitude, and when they go inside, you'll
Hmm.
feel so good. You'll feel so good. You'll It's a natural way of raising your own vibrations there, right? I mean,
True.
so we normally say, just forgive others, Be thankful. But we don't realize, be thankful for all what we have received at this point in time, right? We have to be thankful for everything. So this is one easy way to do it, that people can practice on there. Similarly, there are so many other things in the book that people can discover. One more thing I want to just highlight it here: make sure that you have your me time. That means it's your me time. You're away from all those man-made stuff. You are with the nature-made stuff. Be closer to to the trees, to the plants, to the flowers. Walk barefoot whenever you get time on the sea beaches, if you're closer to coastal area. Otherwise, on the soil, clay, or the normal ground, on the grass, walk barefoot. Here the trick is 20 minutes. The magic will start after 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes is like walking with the preparation for the immediate next magic. That means 21st minute onwards, you will see the magic here, because that's where the grounding process will start, the earthing process will start, and that will elevate your vibrations immediately. Because all those what is not needed by your body, which you cannot experience, which you cannot feel it, is getting flushed out to the earth. So what is left over is what you wanted, what is needed. What is not needed is already gone now. Right. So that is the second thing that people can practice. And this is called grounding, actually. I mean, it starts with the 20, after the 20 minutes. Then spend time with your kids, with your parents, with the family members, right? They all have contributed to come where you are today.
Yes.
Everybody contributed in their capacity. Value that relationship. Because what, as I said, you attract what you are. If you're seeing goodness in others, you will attract only goodness. Your environment, your surrounding will be far better.
Yes.
Right? All those specific things, what you feel, just think of the one person that you love the most unconditionally. Even 20% of that you can give it to your surroundings, your life will be transformed. Yeah. So, and more secrets, you will find it in the book.
So you're captivating the audience now slowly. So everybody's moving on to that. When you were saying that, going to the beaches and walking on, or in the sand, or on the grass, and in the clay. So it was like I started imagining how it feels. The imagination itself is so good. So imagine the feel what we get when we do such things. So that's a wonderful tips, actually. Very, very interesting. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start practicing it, as in when we get time. So let's take that me time. Me time, probably everybody here at this point, I would like to say me time generally, everybody knows that it's something called me time. But make this me time away from gadgets and close to the nature is exactly makes sense to be called as a me time. So that's when you can make the best out of it. So make your me time. Doesn't mean you just have to watch your favorite show or anything like that. Just try and get close to the nature. So that's when you get the maximum benefits of it. Thank you so much. And again, the water thing is so good. And the point that I eating the seasonal fruits is also very interesting one. So I got some new information today. So the most watery foods are good for your body. So thank you. Great
That's
to
so
know
true.
that. Yes, great. So okay, if you want to give a one takeaway from the book, to the audience, so what would you love to give?
Okay, so this book, Energy Habit, though it has only one perspective about the health part of it, but there are other dimensions for which the series of the book will come in very soon. So, but on the health part, if you look at it, say, we need to pick up those subtle signals which triggers some disharmony within. Say, we have to see what is disease. Without deviating from the topic, what is disease? Disease is nothing but discomfort in ease. It could be within, it could be with the surrounding. Either way, it will happen. We have to come out of that zone where the discomfort is not there and we are comfortable. Once we are comfortable, that means things are working fine. I might be having a different appetite, different functional characteristics than somebody else, but I am comfortable with myself. That means there is no problem within me, right? Now, how to pick up those signals? That is important, because the moment we change the perspective about ourselves, so we are nothing but we are accumulating the impressions, right? We are talking to you now. So I picked up many things. You might have picked up many things that will part of your memory, that will go into your subtle memory, your conscious memory. From there, it will go into your unconscious and subconscious memories also. Over a period of time, you will be a different person, because then you will think it from a different perspective altogether, because you captured something different.
Yep.
Once we see ourselves as an energy being rather than a human being, energy being, it becomes so easier for us to pick up those signals. And as a reader or as a practitioner, I would request and urge each one of us to pick up those signals before it manifests into a disease. Corrective actions, once the disease manifested, is a cumbersome process. But reading the signal and fix it then and there only is so quick. And then it becomes easier for you as a person to define what is your prevention protocols, which might work for you, which might be different for others. But reading the signals is a key. And through this book, you'll figure it out what all those signals, what you should read, right? So I would urge each one of us, I mean, the viewers today, and maybe those who will be watching it later also. So it's not about the book, it's about you. How you read and infer the information from the book will define your life, right? So be open while reading the book, this book or any other book. Be open with that. Absorb as much as you can and see yourself as an energy being. Once you start seeing everything as a student, the nature will offer you enough opportunities to grow. The moment we feel that we have learned enough, things stop growing for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that message, I really urge each one of us, I mean, all the viewers here, just spend time with themselves, with the family, with the nature. And while reading this book, pass on the same message to their family or anybody whosoever they are going to discuss further on this.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful message. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it's very, very clear for all of you now. So, the book, this wonderful book, in fact, I don't say it as a book because that changes your life. Once you go through it, that changes the way you look at your own self. So, that is a must to do thing now. So everybody just grab the book. It's available on Amazon in every version. And also for online readers, it's a happy news that it's available on Kindle also. So thank you so much for that. And Mr. Punit, that's a wonderful sharings today. In fact, you have taken us to the other part of life, which we probably won't even think of seeing it as it is, like that, like the way you said, right from the water example to the living close to nature, and the perspectives which you have shared with us today are so wonderful. Thank you so much for such valuable inputs, and especially taking time for all of us to come and share your experiences and the knowledge to with Pick a Book team, and also our lovely audience who are watching us live.
I'm glad, Ms. Swarna, I could contribute in today's discussion. I would like to thank your viewers and audience and all the followers of Pick a Book for investing their time in today's discussion. And I think, I mean, they are the best people on the earth right now, because they are undergoing a particular point in time where if they take a decision, they can transform their lives with book or without book. But the transformation journey has already started now.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you. So yes, so we absolutely loved this book for what it holds for all of us, in be it transforming ourselves. So thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much. That's it from our author today, Mr. Punit, and about his wonderful book, Energy Habits. So let's all grab it as soon as possible and just get it going. So just start this will be a starting point for us to, see a new self. So let's all enjoy that. And I'm sure, you all must have enjoyed the session as much as we enjoyed doing it. So thank you everybody in the room and who are watching us live, and take care. Bye-bye, and see you all next week.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Swarna. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. We're so grateful to you. So gratitude.